All right, hello people. We are continuing lesson 9-6. So right now you need this packing apples worksheet. It is not in your math journal. It's in your packet, page 316. Okay, it says pretend the division key, this button on your calculator, is broken. Solve this problem using other keys on your calculator. So just like on the math message, there's a button that's not working. Okay. Emma picks 176 apples to sell at the farmer's market. She packs them into boxes that each hold 16 apples. How many boxes does she need to take all of her apples to the market? Show or tell how you used your broken calculator to solve this problem. Okay, so let's see what we know first. We know that we cannot use the division button. Okay, this one is broken. We can't use it at all because we're trying to solve this on our calculator. We know that Emma picks 176 apples. What can we say that is? We can say that's 176 total. That's how much she has all together. Okay, so that's what she starts out with. She packs them into boxes that each hold 16 apples. So imagine this is one box. There would be 16 apples in here. Do we know how many boxes she has? Well, it says how many boxes does she have? No, we're trying to solve how many there are. It would be really nice if we could go 176 divided by 16 because that's how many are in each group, and it would be able to tell me how many boxes I have, but can we do that? No, because remember, our division key is broken. So we have to find another way that we can solve this. So right now, if you would like to try to solve this on your own, please put me on pause and try to find a way to solve it. If you would like to follow along with me, I have 2 ways we're going to figure it out. Can there be more than 2 ways? Of course. So if you would like to solve it, put me on pause and come back to double check your answer. If not, we're going to keep rolling. Okay. Now, how would I find this out without division? Well, let's say I drew one box and I put 16 apples in it because I know that each box has 16. Well, then I would just add another box, right? Because 16 is not 176 yet, and that's what we need to get to. So I'd have 16 and 16. Well, how would I figure out how many boxes I need to draw? You know what? I would have to keep adding my boxes together. So 16 plus 16 is 32. Let's see, I'm not at 176 yet, so I have to keep adding. And let's see, 32 plus 16 is 48. Am I at 176 yet? No, I'd have to keep adding. So you know what? We're going to turn to our calculator. And this is how we could do this strategy, but on a calculator. So right now, I have 16 plus 16. Can I do it this way? I definitely can because I didn't hit the division key. So 16 plus 16 is 32. We knew that. But we have to keep track of how many times we add 16. So 16 plus 16, that was 2 16s. Okay, now I need to add 16. Gives me 48. I add another 16, so I need to make a tally. Then I need to add another 16. Equals, we're at 64. Is that 176 yet? Nope. But we added 16 4 times so far. Remember, our target number is 176. So let's see how many times we have to add 16. Because remember, every time I add 16, that's one box. So far we have 4 boxes of apples, but we're not quite there yet. Now I'm going to add 16 equals 80. Still not there. Let's do another tally. I have 4 marks, so the 5th one needs to cross. Amazing. Add 16. Equals 96, not quite there. We'll make another tally. So far we have 6 boxes, but we're not there yet. Okay, add another 16. This is how we can do it on our calculator. Still not at 176, so we'll add another tally. And we'll add another 16. 128. We are getting closer, people, but not quite. Okay, add 16. Ooh, we are so close. We added it. How many times so far? We have 9 boxes so far, but we're not quite there. Okay, add another 16. Not there, but we are at 160. You know what makes sense to me is we have 160, but we've been doing 16 how many times? We just multiplied 16 by 10, right? Because we multiplied 16 10 times. Look at this. I have a 16 and a 1 because I'm going to drop that 0. 16 times 1 equals what? 16. It's like a basic fact. I have my 16 and 1 and 16 and 1, so I put my 16 here. I dropped the 0, so now I need to add it. I'm at 160. So far, that makes sense to me. Okay, let's see what our next one brings us. Plus 16 equals, oh my goodness, we have made it, people. How many boxes? We have 5. 10 plus 1 is 11. So 11 boxes of apples. It said show or tell how you used your broken calculator to solve the problem. So yes, I could draw all of my boxes, but we need to show the calculator. So maybe you draw a picture of the calculator, okay, and you highlight the 16 button and the addition button. Or I'm going to tell you and I say, oops, where's my text? Here it is. Okay. I kept adding 16 to my number and keeping track of how many times I added 16. When I added 16 11 times, my answer was 176, which is the number, oh my goodness, of apples Emma started with, which means she had 16 boxes. Really, really cool, guys. If I wanted to think of another way of how to solve these, could you have just skip counted by 16? Yes, but that's a little bit more tricky. But just like we saw how we knew 16 times 10 was 160, I could have started like that. I could have said, well, let's just take 16, the number in each box, and go ahead with a number, like 10. So I could have started with 16 times 10. And I could have looked at my basic facts and I could have said 16 times 1. Any number times 1 is itself, so 16 times 1 is 16. If I dropped that 0, you betcha I have to add my 0. So it'd be 160, and then I would keep adding 16 till I got to 176, which is just one more time. So if I multiplied it by 10 times and I added one more 16, that is equal to 16 times 11 because we are adding or multiplying by that 16, 10, 11 times, which would bring us to 176. So our answer is 11 boxes. If you did it this way, in your own words or with these pictures, you can show me that you got 11 boxes of apples. Amazing job, people. There are definitely different ways you can maybe decide to do this. Just as long as you show and explain your work, that is what matters. Okay, now once you're finished, head on to math boxes.